Hello guys and welcome to my first tutorial. We'll be going over some basic movement. Uh, so let's just start by creating a sprite ball. Uh, it doesn't have to be a ball, I'm just making a ball, it's the easiest thing after a square, right? So let's create the object for it. Object ball, apply the sprite to the ball so we can see it on the game. Let's add an event. A create event. This means when the object is created, perform the actions that are put on the actions list right here. So let's drag an action. We're going to set the friction, so when the ball starts to move, it accelerates and slows down. If it weren't for friction, the object would keep on moving, just as you learned in physics class. So let's set the friction to 0.3. Doesn't need to be 0.3, but 0.3 is my favorite integer for friction. So let's keep on and add events for left, up, right, down. So when we press these keys, the ball should move in those directions. So for left event, drag in the move fix, which is in the upper left corner in the move tab action list. Pick direction left and set the speed for 4. This will make the object move 4 pixels per game second, which is 30 game seconds per second, 30 steps per second, which means this object will move at 4 times 30 per second. It's nice to know. If you're making advanced games, you need to know what everything means, so you don't I'll be talking about why you need to know that for later. So let's try the game out. Alright, we must have a room. Stupid of me. So let's put out the object in the room. Go under settings tab, and here you see the speed, which is the number of steps per second. You can change that to whatever you would want. And go to backgrounds and change the background to white because it looks more nice that way. So now the ball accelerates towards the direction I am pressing. The ball can't move down and right at the same time. In order to do that, we need to change some things, but we aren't going to do that today. Now we're going to create a platform and turn this game into a platform game. So start by creating a sprite which has the width 64 pixels and the height of 16. And I'm just going to make it completely black. Create an object for that, object platform, and make it solid. Yes, make it solid. Go to object ball, and we're going to change some things. In the up, we're going to delete the down event, because in this platform game we're going to have gravity, so the ball will move down at all times except when it's on the platform. So go to the create event and set the gravity. Direction 270. 0 is to the right and 90 is upwards, and we have a 360-degree circle. So if you know that 0 is to the right and 90 is upwards, then 270 should be down. Let's set the gravity to 0.5, which is a relatively good amount of force for a game like this. Okay, so when we press the left key, this moves left, and when we press up, this moves up. Let's remove this and add this action. Set the speed vertical to -10. Why -10? Well, because if we would just have 10, this will move down, and we want to jump when we press up. So -10 sets the speed up. and we want to change this event to key press up. So this action only occurs when we press the up key and not when we hold it. You don't want to hold it and keep on moving upwards, right? Now we have, let's just delete the friction because we don't need that, and add key release left, key release right. These events are set for when we release the left key and when we release the right key. So to set the speed to 0, I just copied that one, it's just the same. Now we need to have a collision event with the object platform. Let's set the vertical speed to 0, and let's set the actual contact in direction, right in direction. This makes the object travel towards the direction of the contact. Let's set the maximum to 12, a maximum speed of 12 or 12 pixels, I don't remember. However, it's 12. I use 12 for my games. And against solid objects, remember we ticked in the solid and object platform to tell the game that this object is solid. So the object platform is solid, and we need to add another thing, add a script to, and just write in y equals round y. This rounds the value of y to its it just rounds the value. I use it for every collision. I learned it back in like 2008 or something, but yeah, I think you should use it as well. So let's try it out. Maybe I put in the wrong order. I believe the vertical speed should be at the bottom, or it shouldn't matter at all. Oh, that was weird. So let's put that at the bottom, and let's just remove the y round and direction. Come on, slow computer. Yes, now it works just fine. When we jump, you see we can multiple jump. Well, let's fix that, shall we? Go into create event and add a variable. This variable should be named can jump. You can name it whatever you want. I believe can jump is I mean, you remember what it is, right? You won't forget the name. So let's set the can jump to true, which tells the game that we are able to jump because the value is true. So when we press up, we need to test this expression whether it's true or not. So can jump. If can jump is true, set the vertical speed to -10. Let's add a start of a block and end of a block in order to have multiple actions occur when can jump is equal to true. And let's add can jump false. And now we can only jump once because we have nowhere else except in the create event set the can jump to true. So we need to go to object platform and add this event can jump and set it to true. This tells the game that whenever when we land on object platform, the variable can jump is equal to true, and when we press up, if the can jump is equal to true, can jump is equal to false, and we jump upwards. So we can only jump once. We can't jump in mid-air. Come on. See, you can only jump once. I'm pressing the up key and now in air, and it only jumped once. And we can move. Let's add some fake physics just for fun. So let's go to the sprite ball. Remember, this only works for the ball, so if you had anything else, please turn it into a ball. And let's just add a line so we know where it's headed. And now we're going to create an animation. Go to the animation and rotation sequence and clockwise. Set it to 60 number of frames and 360 degrees. 360 is set as default, so now if we look in the preview, it's rotating. Remember to set the origin in the middle. I don't know how to explain why, but it needs to be set in the middle. I don't like to tell you guys just do that, and I want to explain why, but I can't, sorry. Maybe I will try to explain it in later tutorials. Let's go to object ball and add in the create event, change sprite into spur ball, and sub image -1 or just 0. This tells the object that it should start the sprite at 0, and speed, write in h speed divided by 2. So the speed is how fast it should run the animation, and we've set the speed to horizontal speed divided by 2. This tells the game when the ball is rolling, when the ball is moving at a horizontal speed of 2, the speed of the animation is set to 1, so the ball rotates to the right at the speed of 1, and if we move left, the horizontal speed becomes negative and the animation becomes negative as well, moving in the opposite direction. Let's just add this in the step event. So step event, what's that, you might ask? Well, that we have the create event, which is when the object is created, and we also have the destroy event when the object is destroyed. Well, the step event is anywhere in between the create event and the destroy event. So let's try if this works. Let's see if I didn't screw up. Oh, I failed. I did fail. What did I fail? Oh, set the sub image to 0 at all time in the step event. That was the fail. So let's set the variable image speed instead and write in horizontal speed divided by 2. So this is the same thing as this speed here. It's the image speed of the animation, just as what I explained earlier. So let's try it out. Look, it works, just works perfectly. Works in mid-air too. Huh. It works. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe and watch my other tutorials.